Hey guys, it's Chris from Hope Club. We're almost at a brand new year, 2021. And whenever it's a new year, people like to try new things and have an opportunity to start fresh. Wouldn't it be great to start fresh, to be able to sort of hit a restart button every time you made a mistake? Well, I'm so glad that we have a hope in how God forgives us for the silly things that we do. When we make mistakes, He still loves us and forgives us. There was a story that Jesus told in the Bible about a young man, and this young man, we'll call him Dave. Well, Dave, he wanted to do his own thing. He was bored of the rules at home, and so he went to his dad and said, "Dad, I want you to give me a whole lot of money. Like, I know that one day when you're no longer here, you're gonna pass on some of your money to me. Well, I want that money now." So instead of waiting, he went ahead and he took that money. Now he went and he moved away to a faraway country. And he did everything he wanted to do. He did his crazy wild parties and he did all sorts of crazy things. But soon, because he wasn't wise with his money, he ran out of all of that money. You have to understand that when he said this to his dad that he wanted all the money, it wasn't just like he was saying, "Oh, I'll give me some money." He was saying that his dad wasn't important to him. He was saying that he didn't really care about his dad. He just wanted all that money and he was going to do whatever he wanted to do. Well, back to Dave, he had run out of all of the money now, and he was sitting there and he was like, "I got to do something. I need some money. So I guess I'll get a job." So he got a job feeding pigs. Now, sometimes piggies can be kind of cute, but these pigs were loud, they were dirty, and they ate super, super gross food that was like totally like garbage and stuff. Well, Dave, he was so hungry because he didn't have any food and he was getting hardly any money for this job. He started eating the garbage food that the pigs were eating. Super gross stuff, right? And then as he was sitting there eating this garbage food, he thought to himself, what am I doing? At home, my father, he's a wealthy man and he has people who work for him and none of them are eating garbage pig food. Forget it. I'm going to go home. And you know what? I won't even be like a son to my father, or just say, make me like one of the hired workers, somebody that you pay to do work for you. At least I'll have some money. At least I'll have some food. So he started his way home. And before he could even get home, his dad could see him from a far way off. So he was like up on the hill and he was down at the bottom of the hill and his dad was like, "Whoa, I can see him." But before Dave even got to his father, his dad started running to him and he threw his arms around him and he hugged him and he was like, "Oh, my son, come back." And, his son's like, "Oh, I'm not worthy to be called your son. I was rude to you. I just ran off. I spent all of your money. No, like, don't call me that." And then he said, "Just make me like one of your workers." And he's like, "No, no, 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 no." And he told his workers, "Come get my best jacket. Come get my best gold ring. Put it on his finger. Put that jacket around him and let him know that he is my son. Let everybody know we're going to have a big feast because my son who was dead is now come back to me alive." Now, of course, Dave hadn't died, but what he was trying to say was he was like lost to him. He was gone to him. But now he'd come back to him. Well, Dave had a brother, Joey. Now, Joey was out in the field and he heard all this commotion about a feast. And he was a little bit angry about this. So when Joey and Dave's dad came out to see Joey in the field, he was like, "Hey, how come you're not going to come celebrate your brother? He's back." And Joey said, "All this time, I haven't been a bad son like Dave. I've stayed here, I've worked for you, and you haven't even given me like a small little, burger or something to go hang out with my friends and have our own little party. And yet here comes this guy. Here comes this other son, Dave, who's just threw away all your money, and you're going to throw a party for him? That doesn't seem fair." His father said to him, "Everything that I have is yours. You just need to ask." But this son of mine was lost, and now he's found. And that's worth celebrating. What does this mean for us, guys? Jesus told this story because he wanted us to understand that God was like the Father in this story, that even when we do foolish things, he still loves us and he still is going to look out for us. And that when we come back and we say, God, I made a mistake. What I did was not right. I love you and I want you to be in charge of my life. Well, then he's going to be saying, okay, that's okay. I understand. I love you, even though you made mistakes. Well, the other brother, he had been faithful. He's like a Christian who is doing the right thing and trying to do the right thing the best that they could. But he was angry at other people for not getting it right. You see, sometimes maybe we don't feel like we're Dave and we've done a whole bunch of bad things, but we really criticize the people who have done bad things and we say, look how bad they were. I'm so much better. That's not the way we're supposed to be. The hope that we have from this story is the hope that no matter what mistakes we make, God still loves us. And even if we're judging other people, which we shouldn't be doing, he still loves us too. But we have to recognize it's not about saying that other people did the bad thing and telling on them, but, telling on ourselves, being honest about when we do the wrong things and what the right things we should do are, and then doing those things. The Bible says that when we don't do the good things we know we should do, it's bad too. So this is not to make anyone feel guilty, but to let you guys know that no matter what you may have done or might do someday, God still loves you. And that is a hope worth holding on to. Because why do we have a Heart and Hope Club? Because God's love gives us hope. See you next time, guys. God bless. Stay awesome.